The South African National Taxi Council is calling on government to urge companies to use public taxis to ferry essential workers. SANTACO says employers should not be allowed to use other transport businesses. For more on this story, I'm joined by the Johannesburg Southern Suburbs Taxi Association's Ralph Jones. Mr. Jones, thanks very much for your time. How are the associations affected by this particular matter?
Oliver, good morning to you and good morning to the viewers. We have heeded the government call that our taxis some of them must not operate or probably operate between certain times and all that. And we're expecting that will be like that, But at this point in time, we are seeing now foreign cars coming into our areas, picking up people, be it buses, 22-seaters, even sedans. So we are asking ourselves, how is this lockdown then different from our operation that has always been there? And at the same breath, corporate companies are hiring big buses and 22-seaters with for instance, Cape Town registration, meaning that they hire these cars to ferry people between our residential area and the workplace. So
can I just come in there, Mr. Jones, if you allow me, please? The companies that are doing this, have you been able to either engage with them or government engage with them about this particular worry with regards to your business as people who run taxi operations, because perhaps the reasoning might be that of reliability or maybe even safety?
We have tried to speak to some of them. For an example, I phoned a guy from Nedbank and he sent me from pillar to post. He sent me to the PWV, which is a company that they have enlisted their services. So I don't want to speak to a person like that. I want to speak to the corporate, whereby we can come up with an understanding, so that we can then transport these people to work and back. If it was during the abnormal hours, we would have understood. But it is during peak hours where our vehicles are only loading few people. Instead of 10, they're loading 3 and so forth. We're not making money.
All right.
A lot of money.
And that your point is very clear there, that you are losing business and government at the same time is not subsidizing you. Here's a question, though. In your statement, or at least the SMS I've seen that has your name attached to it, you're calling for action. Now, that's very worrying when the taxi industry calls for action. What exactly are you calling for?
We are saying as a taxi industry, we are being undermined. In the same breath, I don't know what our leadership is not coming to the party, because they should have looked into this, talking to government and the corporate, especially when they're talking about the relief fund. These corporate companies should be assisting with that relief fund that can pay our drivers, even ourselves, because our cars are standing. Not all cars are working. So, yes, we are saying if at all we cannot come to the party, this whole thing might be extended. And it means that we need to take action. That's the only language that people understand. That
when you say action, what do you mean? And what kind of language, in your view, do people understand when the taxi industry starts talking about action?
As a collective, a proposal will be either we stop our operations totally and no car will come in or go out, ferrying people, so that then people can understand what we are saying. But the action we are saying is, if diplomacy fails, then we need to act. And that act will be, we won't be violent, of course, but we will be looking at better ways of coming to the table and negotiating with whoever will be interested into looking into our plan.
All right. Ralph Jones, thank you very much for your time there. A chilling warning indeed from the taxi industry that they feel undermined at this time.